Hi guys, thanks for watching. So in this video, I want to talk about automation. I want to talk about AI. I want to talk about autoresponders, and how do we use all that in our marketing? Because leading up to this point, I've been doing automation and email marketing, and creating funnels, lead capture pages. What is all this for? It's all it's automation, yes. And the recent big talk about AI tools and using different AI tools to automate a lot of stuff. When should we be using all this, and when should we not be using all this? And I've been saying this for many years. There are parts to your marketing where you shouldn't be using automation really. And I want to say this simply because people really do misunderstand. This is a very, very precise area where a lot of people misunderstand, and it's very sensitive because it's the whole reason why a lot of people fail in this industry, because so automation is nothing new in marketing. It's not even new because but obviously now that we're on the internet, now that we have emails, now that we have social media, YouTube and other things, it becomes a lot more obvious about what we're doing with regards to automation. Automation can play a very, very vital role. We need to use it in certain areas, but you need to know when to stop using it, because the purpose is the automation for me is all about lead generation. There's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of people who are distracted, who are 100% focused on what they're doing, or you could have a conversation with someone, and this is the issue with network marketing: is people have a conversation with someone, they get a rejection, they get a no, and all of a sudden they are discouraged and they don't want to continue, and they're upset or whatever. And people can have 10 conversations, 20, 30, 50 conversations with people and get 100% no's. And so what do I mean by that? You could be doing email marketing, you could be doing solo ads, you could be lead generation, you could be advertising your business, and nothing is happening. So why are we doing all this? Well, we're doing it because we want to get those eyeballs onto our website at the end of the day. That's our focus initially. That's the automation. And how do we do that? We do that in a number of ways. We can do that with blog posting. We can do that with email marketing. We do that with solo ads. We can do that with Facebook marketing, or posting on Facebook or social media. And people do have conversations in Messenger, and there are tools to do all this to make your life easier. That's what we call automation, one way or another. But what we need to understand is automation gets to a point where what we're trying to do is to get to that conversation. Okay, so automation plays a vital role in lead generation. Okay, and then at that point, we need to start. Once we get to the point where we are able to, have that conversation with leads. Okay, then automation starts to play a lesser role. We need to build up that know, like, and trust. We need to build that relationship. Automation doesn't take care of relationship building, and it shouldn't. You might think it can, and people say there are certain ways you can use. I've come across software that people use for automating your conversations that you have with people on Messenger. For example, you can put people into a category or a group, or you can tag people, and then you can send out a mass automated message to all the people on your Messenger or on your Facebook friends or whatever, and then they will get your message. But it's in most cases, it's very difficult to not show that you're actually just automating this whole process. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that you've got to be careful with what you're doing, because I get messages from a lot of people, and I think that doesn't sound like it's from them. It sounds like they're using some kind of system or tool or whatever. So I just ignore it. so guys, so a lot of the automation can fail. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to narrow down the people that you're trying to work with. Okay, there's a lot of leads that you can be potentially working with, but you don't know if they're going to be suitable for the offers you're talking about. You can work with a large group of people. You're narrowing down the sort of the demographics and what people can potentially going to be interested in this thing and that thing or whatever. You can go into Facebook groups, and you can You can go into, you can search for money making groups, and you can search, you can narrow down your potential audience. And then once you've done that, you can start to, do the automation, and you can get more people, you can get leads, lead generation. And then eventually, you're narrowing it down to a point where now's the time to forget about the automation, move away from that automation. No AI tools, no systems, not even a marketing system, not even a lead capture page or whatever, not even an autoresponder. Now's the time to really follow up with people on a personal level, just to show that you care and that you've got that relationship building, and you're showing that you're a real person, that you're caring for them, and so on. So that's what we're trying to do. And people sort of they talk to me about promoting their primary business, and like, for me, obviously, this is Live Good. Live Good is my primary business, and with Live Good, we've got a lot of automation. When somebody comes onto the lead capture page, which is the free tour funnel, the company Live Good gives us our own coded link, and we can send eyeballs onto that lead capture page, which is built in. The company provides that page. They put their name and email address. When they're on there, they get automated email messages from Live Good, from the company, letting them know. That's automation, guys. Yes, and that plays a very, very important role. It does a fantastic job, but it's not the thing that's going to finally build up that relationship. That's why people wonder why they're not getting signups, because they rely on automation too much. And yes, I get it. People are busy, but you need to get in there, following up with people. You need to start working with people, nurturing people. And not everyone is going to want to necessarily join your business just because they opted in on a free tour. It doesn't mean that they're going to do that. So if you're really focused on following up and building a relationship with people, I think that your conversion is going to increase. It could be 20%, 30%, 40%, from pre-enrollee to upgrade in your Live Good business. Now, whatever business you're working with, it can vary. No guarantees, of course, but my results are not typical, and nobody can predict what's going to happen to you. But one thing is for sure, you're going to get better at this. And if you focus a little bit more on the personalization and try to customize what you're doing, and be supportive, and show that you care and nurture and build up that know, like, and trust. Trust me, you're gonna absolutely increase your conversion rate, so that you can start to build a proper team in your network marketing business, so that you can start to earn commissions and start to build an income for yourself. Okay, but automation plays a big role over here, and gradually you need to wheel out the automation. You need to start working on a personal level, building relationship. And that's how network marketing works. You can't automate everything with network marketing. It just doesn't happen like that. Don't use the tools and think you can use the tools to automate absolutely everything. And if people are trying to shortcut building a network marketing business, they're going to be disappointed, because that's why you get a lot of people who drop out of network marketing, because they've come across some kind of guru who is telling them that they can automate with some fancy AI tool. Yes, I've been talking about AI tools recently on my channel, but if you actually watch my videos, what I'm actually talking about is I'm talking about how you can, how you can use the tools to free up some of your time, rather like having a personal assistant to help you. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to build up lead generation. We're trying to create, we're trying to get leads onto or eyeballs onto our pages, and go through the funnel. But then once they, once you get the masses coming in, obviously that's where automation plays a fantastic role, including AI technology and including autoresponders, solo ads, lead generation, advertising. That's where that plays a fantastic role to get eyeballs onto your pages. But it's not with the focus of trying to get the sign up initially. The sign up comes from a relationship. It doesn't come from automation. Okay, so people always ask me, because Live Good are getting quite strict about shutting people's websites down, shutting people's accounts down, and rightly so, because what people seem to think is, when I send out advertising on solo ads directly to the Live Good page, am I going to get my account shut down? The answer is probably yes, simply because you keep misunderstanding the purpose of lead generation over here, which is your funnel. you can completely switch off the button that connects to your Live Good page. Take that away, cut it off, because what you're focused on is lead generation, so that you can start to build up that relationship. Then once that relationship has been established, automation finishes. You stop automating your business. You now is the relationship. You start to customize your emails. You start to you work with them on a personal level. You start to get to know them. You build up that know, like, and trust. Then it's time to, I would much rather make sure that people are subscribed to my emailing list and whitelisted my emails, and started to really build up that warm, responsive email list as much as possible before I start getting them off onto, talking to them about my business opportunity. Okay, so that's what I'm really focused on. Is, yes, generating leads, generating capture pages, nurturing my list, building my leads list. Once they're on the leads list, once they've whitelisted me, once they've subscribed and they've activated my email list, okay, and they're starting to get more active, then it's time to start building that conversation. There is still a certain automation you can do with that, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to gradually narrow down. It's like running a big company sending out advertising to try and get new staff for the big company, like a company like Facebook or Google, or whatever big company. And it's the time of year when people start to apply for a job, and literally thousands of people are applying for a job of, say there are only a few positions available. What does the company do? They narrow down the list. That's really what we're doing, is we're narrowing down the list. We're allowing people to disqualify themselves because they may or may not be interested. So obviously you need to start off by targeting potential leads that are more likely to be into the network marketing space. That's why I go with typically network marketing opportunity seekers. You can do that by going onto Facebook, going to Facebook groups, search for money making groups, network marketing groups, and then also solo ad. Going with solo ads and working with vendors that are typically have a lot of people who are into network marketing or opportunity seekers on their list, so that I can advertise to those people. So we're already starting to narrow down the people that we can talk to. There's no point in talking, there's no point in selling, like weight loss products to someone who is, just, not who's perhaps living in a part of the world who's not really, into weight loss, or somebody who's probably not even going to afford weight loss, or maybe somebody who doesn't even need to lose weight. You're just going after the wrong kind of people. That's just a general example. You wouldn't try and sell farming products to someone who is living in a big city, like a concrete jungle, or you wouldn't go to someone who lives in, a big city and try and sell them farming products. It just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work out. You're just targeting the wrong people. Now, obviously, we say don't prejudge. However, it can, raise your chances of success by targeting the people who are potentially going to be interested, and then we can start narrowing down, and eventually you narrow down to a point where you can start to have that, take away that automation. Now you can start have a proper conversation with them. You can build up that know, like, and trust. So there are times when even lead capture pages don't work, and there are sometimes where your autoresponder has done its job, and there are times where AI doesn't even need to play a part of this or whatever, and there are times where you don't need to be using these fancy automation tools, because yes, they play a role up to a point, but then eventually you need to start stepping in and being that network marketer and working with your people on a personal one-on-one level. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, guys, hope this video was useful. If you're looking for an opportunity where we are giving our team a lot of help and support and training, and we've got a lot of guides and methods on how to build a business here with our Live Good business. So if you're looking for an opportunity that's really doing incredibly well and a lot of people having success, check out the link below. Also, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and click that bell icon so that you get notified as and when I upload videos and so on. And by all means, comment. Let me know your tips and tricks. Guys, don't misunderstand. I love AI technology. I love automation, but there is a place and a time and a place for it. But building relationships is where it's at. Otherwise, it's going to be very boring at the top. When you reach the top and you've generated a lot of success, it's going to be very boring up there when you haven't built up those relationships. Okay, so it's a wonderful industry. I've made a huge amount of friends in this industry that I would never have known before, being a part of this industry, and they all started from leads. Everyone who I know in this industry, most people, 99.9% of the people who I've gotten to know in this industry are all originally once cold leads, and that's true. So I'm based in Japan. I don't know a lot of people are around here. I mean, I know a lot of people around here, but I don't usually just pitch them on a business opportunity. My Japanese is pretty good, and I can get by obviously with Japanese, but I find it a lot easier using technology that can allow me to build a global business, and I use those tools very, very effectively. But it gets to a point where we need to start building that relationship, and I've made a lot of friends, a lot of good friends around the world, and I love that. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next training. Bye for now.